what's going on? It's BG. Welcome back to the channel, folks. Really glad you're here. A couple of things we wanted to share on the bench today. Nothing has had a lot of progress on it, so there's not much to talk about one single thing. So we're going to talk about a couple of things we have going on. Our 48-hour group build that we had done back in the end of July. We are revisiting that one, and then we're getting back to work on our Porsche Group Build, and we're still tinkering with the AMT Pro Street Super Bee. So decals, we'll show you what's going on with that here in just a second. But first of all, I want to say thank you all to the folks that are out there that are participating in the appreciation build for my channel. Really do appreciate that. Loving everything that folks are doing. Several people have reached out to ask what they could build for us, and we've had really great conversations about that, and everybody's coming up with such great ideas. So it's really touching. So I just wanted to say thank you all for that. Now let's get on to what we got on the bench. We'll see you in just a sec. So the 48-hour group build, we have some bits here from Value Gear. My good buddy Jason over at Blue Ox Mall Shop has been painting up and doing stuff with one of his older builds. I had planned to do this on our build too, but we just didn't have the time to get to it while we were doing the build. And watching how excited Jason is about what he's got going on with his aftermarket pieces really inspired me to get off my tuchus and finish up ours. So this is generally how it's going to go. We still have to detail the straps on the raft, and I've had a lot of great comments from folks about just masking it off and hitting it with some Sharpie. That's actually probably what we're going to do, and figure out how to do some bungee cording around here and there so we can make sure that this guy is supposed to stay where he's supposed to be at freeway speeds. I don't know if this old truck will do freeway speeds now. Definitely not here in Arizona, but there's a good chance that he's going to be hitting some highways. So this guy here, it's just a gigantic pack, and I figured this looks cool, like maybe this would be like a tent perhaps, you know. So we did some fancy painting on it, primed it, and then hit it with a XF60 khaki color from Tamiya. And then we mixed in a couple of drops of black, and then went and hit the lower section of it to give it a darker, you know, shadow look. And then also this would be a little more faded on top. We did contact Steve over at Value Gear and asked him his opinion on how stuff like this would fade, and he gave us a lot of information. So that was really awesome. Some great photos that we could take a look at. And if you guys are interested, I can post some of those photos over on the BG Model Workshop Facebook page and show you what we were using for references. But I really like how this dude turned out. This looks great. And we did use the new marker from AK. Is it AK? Is it this guy here? Yeah. The real color markers. This one is the aluminum or aluminium. And yeah, it's from AK, and I got this at Andy's Hobby headquarters for $4 whole, and it's a felt tip pen, so it can get down there and do the details pretty nicely. So excited about trying that. It does say on the marker that it is waterproof once it's dried, so that's awesome. And then let's see here, once everything was dried up, we went back over this with the same color, but with a few drops of white in it in order to lighten the color up a little bit, and then did some dry brushing, you can see on there, and then we added even more white to the paint to lighten it up even more. And then we just went and did some highlight areas here and there, and brush painted those on, and I really like how that looks. So that's cool, and it's going to be sitting right on top, covering these dorky looking oars that are molded into the thing. So I'm happy about that. And then let's see if we can adjust the light a little better. There we go. We got some bed rolls down inside there. We painted up, and all this, of course, is 1/25 scale, 1/24 scale. And then we have a tarp on the front seat there. And then this backpack didn't turn out quite as well as I'd like to, so that's sitting on the floor where it's going to be a little bit harder to see. But yeah, we really like how everything looks, and we're going to just detail up this raft and then glue on the tent on the top there. And that will be that for that. We still have the VCG Resins by Reese steps that we want to put on the side here and kind of bash those up a little bit. And then it will be done. So we still have that to do. So there's that guy. On to the next. the Porsche Group Build. We're working on this guy, gifted to us by Joe from Mad Genius Productions. And we did do a gloss black paint job on this guy. And it was a little pebbly. Just, I don't know if it was operator error or whatever, but went over this with some sanding sponges. You can see where we are a little bit light here and there, so the primer's coming through on a few spots. It's all right. It's all right. We're going to give this another spray. I kind of like how it looks right now, because it looks sort of like it's in the resto shop. You know, we're getting this redone, and yeah. So we're still hoping to put our gloss, I think, yeah, gloss TS17 gloss aluminum on here. That's going to be the color for the car, and then we'll have to come back and do all the blackout. Now I thought about doing the masking for all the black trim that's supposed to be on this. I really did consider doing that, and it's probably one of the reasons why this has stalled so long. But after doing all that masking and painting stuff on the GTR kit, I'm like, yeah, let's just paint this the body color and move on. so that's kind of where that's sitting. The interior, everything else for the car is actually pretty much done. We got some nice looking weathering on there. We have our exhaust fitted in place, but it's not permanently in place. Neither is the rear suspension. But a little bit of weathering on the bottom, make it look like it's you know how people say it's a day 2 car or day 3 car. It's more of a day 15 car. And then here's our interior. We have two-tone seats. I thought that would look kind of nice through the gun slit windows that we can't see anything through. And there you have it. So that's the Porsche Group Build. Really hoping to get this done soon. Deadlines are approaching because ACME's coming up next month, end of October. We are excited about that because we got to pack up and head out. But we have family coming to visit the week before, so that means time away from the bench. Matter of fact, we will be giving up our hobby space for my nephew to stay in, which he always seems to enjoy. Next up is the 70 Cornet Pro Street Super Bee kit. Yeah, so a couple things. We have it kind of mocked up together. Just, there we go. All right, so lift this guy up closer. So you can see the decals have a texture to them. I've been told by a few folks that that's how they are for this particular kit. That's how they are. I did cut out the rectangles around the side markers, and I just could not get them positioned any better than they are right there. That's the best I could do. And the thing that gave me the most headaches was this little stripe right here, trying to get this at the right angle, the right, just reference photos, clicking back and forth between reference photos. This side here is okay. Also, we did have a touch of silvering. If we can point it out, a little touch of silvering to my eye right there. And these are a little bit of water spots I have to clean off from placing it on here. But there's a little touch of silvering going on there. So I'm thinking about doing the old technique where you use a stick pin and not pressing very hard, but just poking it here and there, and then adding some more decal Solvacet and letting that flow underneath there and see if that sucks it down. If it lifts it up, hey, it is what it is. I tried to fix it. I want it to be the best it can be. But yeah, I was a little bummed that the decals weren't better, but they are old. So I mean, this is the best we could do with them. So there we have it. I do like the look of the decal on there. It is cool. It kind of breaks up the car because this is a big vehicle and it's got a lot of orange. So there we go. Still sorting out the front suspension area. This is the dorkiest looking shark you've ever seen. Oh. But yeah, we still got to sort out these wheels. And Tim Kalinkowicz from Tim's Customs, he suggested that you just put a nice big of 5-minute epoxy on there, hold it in place, and tickety-boo, you're done. Which is probably the way we're going to go. So thank you for the tip on that there, Tim. And then this is, I mean, I could actually move forward on this and build up the front with the core support and the inner fender liners. I could do all that, but I think I will wait for just a little bit longer because we do have to take the body off again, do the windows, put in the windows, paint the headliner, and a couple other little things. But the thing that's killing me is we had grafted on this really cool scoop from the 1968 Dodge Dart Hemi kit, which we, which we now have to use for the USAC build. But it's all right. That kit's actually just a bag of parts, so we got plans. Don't worry about that. We got plans. But yeah, I grafted that hood scoop on there and really did one of my best jobs ever. I love how that looks. But it's not tall enough for the turned aluminum velocity stacks we have on there. Once we get this guy all lined up and everything, those stacks sit up a little too tall for the inside of the scoop. So I went back to the Dodge Dart kit to steal the velocity stacks that are in there because they're a lot lower. As a matter of fact, we used these fuel injection bodies out of that kit also. But yeah, so the velocity stacks there are a lot shorter. I don't have them. But Mr. Lucas C has promised that he would gift us a set from a kit that he has that's a junker. So there we go. So yeah, this'll sit, it'll actually rock back and forth on top of that velocity stack. So it's like, that's awesome. Thanks. I tried to measure. I did my best with it, but that's where we came out with it. All right, so that's what's going on here. We got this guy to finish up. We're still working on that Jimmy kit because we want to take that to ACME also. So we're still struggling with that guy, but not much progress has been made on that lately. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in again. We'll talk to you a little bit later on next week when we do our next Cars and Coffee. Probably be on Monday, I guess. But until then, y'all take it easy. Have a good rest of your weekend. We'll see you next one. Bye now. Nutter Butters. Yes, definitely the Nutter Butters.